Hi everyone, today I'm talking about 5 stocks I might buy next in the stock market. Now I normally make this video about once a month just to share my thoughts that are going on in the stock market, stocks that are really interesting me. And as well for you guys that watch, you're probably like looking for stocks to invest in and trying to hear other people's opinions of stocks they're looking at to buy. And these are currently 5 stocks I'm looking at. Now I plan to probably buy a couple more shares in, probably not in January, towards February time. And like I say, whenever I buy stocks in the stock market, I always make a video about it, so saying what price I got them in, why I got into that stock overall, kind of like where I'm going to be selling the stock. So these are 5 that I'm looking at and 5 that I might be buying into February. There's always a chance that these always change. I never exactly always buy the ones that I'm going to say, because sometimes because of earnings especially, discounts come available and I might get a discounted stock instead. But these are 5 really strong contenders overall, and I'm sure you're really interested to get some ideas on stocks to invest in if you're watching this video. So I'm going to give a couple of reasons why on each one, but I'm going to go from most likely to least likely overall. But the most likely one, like I've said previously on this channel, is Boeing. I'd like to get invested in that kind of sector that Boeing are in. I really like where Boeing are going overall. Like I say before, I think Boeing might go up to $400 per share. I like the revenue side of it, I like the EPS side of it. Really strong company in its sector overall, and it's one that I've just been desperate to get back into. And I think because of the China trade war, it's been held back quite a bit recently. I believe that if we didn't have the China trade war last year, Boeing would be massively up. It's big time overall. So I've made a full video on it if you do want to check Boeing out. But Boeing overall is probably the one that I'm most likely going to get into. Number 2 is my number 1 position in the stock market, which is Microsoft. I've always been invested in Microsoft because of the sectors that it's in. It's got so much growth in so many sectors. It's a really cheap stock. The P for what it's in is really good overall. The dividend growth going forward, it's just a stock that I can see myself holding for like a good 4 or 5 years. So Microsoft is one that I'm probably going to be holding for a while, and I'd like to just carry on adding a lot more shares into Microsoft. Ideally, if I was to get into Microsoft, I'd like to pick it up when it drops to $99 per share. That's my kind of moment where I go, that's where I'm buying. So if it does get to that point, that's probably when I do get into Microsoft overall. Number 3 is a new stock that you don't really hear me talk about too much, but I've watched recently this stock and it's really interested me, which is United Rentals. Basically just a company where you go hire a lot of tools, but they have a few products as well as that. They actually reported earnings which were really good, which sent this stock upwards, which is a little bit of a pain in the backside because I really like the price it was at, and because it's gone up, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I need to do a lot more research into the company overall, but overall what I have seen I've really liked. I've really liked the P, I really like the dividend, I like the revenue growth side of it, the EPS side of it. I've looked into the company overall and it's really strong. It's a little bit frustrating that it's actually gone up 6%, but it still seems like it's on a little bit of a discount, so potentially that could be one that I get into February. We'll see how it does in the month of February overall. But I'd like to make a full video of United Rentals on this channel to talk about the stock. Number 4 is Royal Caribbean Cruises, or Royal Caribbean Cruises if you ignore my English accent overall. Royal is a stock that's just been pounded overall in the last year, which held it back. But when you look at the stock, its EPS and its revenue side of it is still growing massively. So when a company is still growing them revenues, you know, it's only for so long a company can stay down, because if a company is getting more and more money and making more money, that stock has to go up at some point, because the P will just carry on dropping on that company. And Royal overall has done really well over like the last kind of couple of years. It's a high-end cruise company as well, which is really good. People spending a lot more money on a lot more expensive things, a lot of extras overall. And when I get into a company in that sort of leisure sector, I do try and go for the higher end company that is in that sector, because they normally do quite well when a recession comes as well, because the rich still have a lot of money and will be willing to spend a lot more money overall. So I'm watching them very closely as well because of the dividend growth that they have. Number 5, Facebook. I think most of the bad news has been put into the price for Facebook right now. I expect revenue and EPS to be pretty decent overall for when they do their earnings report. But when we look at the future of Facebook, the advertising side that Facebook offers is pretty decent, and I don't know how long Facebook will stay down at the prices that it is right now. I had to put a bonus stock in because I was going to make it 5, and then I was looking down the list and I thought I have to put Nvidia in. Nvidia at these prices is just unbelievable. Like, the PE is really good. The revenue side of it is still growing at like 10%, even though it's slowing down a bit. It's still going to have pretty much of a rough 2019, but when we look at the future of Nvidia and what it offers for the artificial intelligence going forward, really strong stock for like the next 5-10 years. I can see them going back up to the 200 range, 250 range in the next 2 years, easy. So I'd like to also maybe get some a semiconductor stock into the portfolio, especially with the AI technology that it does offer overall. But these are 5 stocks plus a bonus stock that I am looking at very closely. Like I said before, guys, if I do get into the stocks, I'm going to put on a video of it, the price that I got in at, and kind of when I'm going to be selling these stocks overall. And I'll keep you updated with what's going on in my portfolio as normal. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Thanks for the support recently. It's been amazing. I've really enjoyed making these videos because of the support you've given. The subscribers, the likes, the comments. It's been so good. Keep that up going forward. That's amazing. And I'll see you on the next video.